Hello, sir.
Okay. Shake your hand. Good to see you too. All right. Hi, this is Terry Atwater with the Southern Divas of Houston reality TV talk show. We are out and about here in the Houston, Texas area, and we are just having a good time. We have my co-host here, Ursula, and we're going to allow you to introduce yourself.
Melinda Acosta.
Okay, Melinda's here, and also introduce yourself.
Io Shanuda.
Shanuda is here. All right. So usually when I have the opportunity to do what we call an on-location shoot, we always give our special guests the opportunity to let me know what they're doing or what they've done in the past, whether it be with being a business owner or being an actor. So we're going to start with you. Can you let me know what you have done? Are you an entrepreneur and what you're currently working on?
Well, yes, I am an entrepreneur. I currently have my own Pilates business, and that's in Spring Branch, Houston.
Okay.
And what actually got me into doing Pilates was it was part of my curriculum in Albany School.
Okay.
I started off as a dancer when I was 3 years old.
All right.
And I continued to teach dance throughout college, and then I went to college for dance. And I got to work with a lot of great dancers, and I got to meet a lot of great dancers.
Okay.
And I did some internships with a great Michael Mao, with a great dance group called Michael Mao.
Okay.
And and of course, prior to that, I did a lot of work here with local groups in the city, local dance groups in the city.
Okay, great.
But yes, now I teach my Pilates, and I do a lot of rehabilitative work.
Okay.
So it's not just Pilates, like you go to a studio and you go in and out in the carriage and you do, these routines. It's more one-to-one work for clients who need special adjustments, for clients who are scared to jump on a machine, from the beginning because they've never taken classes. And so my programs are here to, they're based on their needs.
Okay, great. So you
not,
tailor make it to their needs.
Yes.
So you had the opportunity to work with the Albany Dance Studio in New York?
Yes, I took classes there. I was studying, and I got to train with all the best dancers.
Okay, wonderful. That is wonderful. So let me ask you, tell me a little bit about what you've worked on in the past or what you're currently working on.
Oh yes, I am an actor, and I've done numerous gigs in the past. A lot of what I do is I find whether it's like a small role, leading role, extra role, I just find a lot. I did do a leading role for a student film a couple of weeks ago with Sam Houston State University.
Okay.
It was a good opportunity because I had a lot of lines to speak, talking, and it was a nice group of students that are studying film that I work with.
Okay, great. So you're an actor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, and are you planning on working on anything in the future in terms of acting?
Of course. I'm always looking for the next role. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Now I have my special co-host here. Ursula is here with me, and Ursula, girl, it's been a few months. I'm so happy that we got a chance to see each other again. And so just to let the viewers know what you have been working on since the last time that I saw you, or what are you going to be working on in the future?
Of course, it's always great to see you, everyone. So, of course, I am an actor, and model, and author, and I'm always working, auditioning, performing in gigs, films, commercials, different types of production. So I have a television show that I'm working on, as well as a feature film.
Okay.
I'm a part of, and of course I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm always busy. It keeps me busy.
Right. That's good to hear that. So are you working on anything that's coming up in the future?
Well, I'm always working on something that's coming up in the future, hopefully. Like, the job of an actress is ongoing. You're always either auditioning or prepping for something that's new coming out, and so that's exciting.
Okay, so that's good to hear. And I tell you, with the holiday coming up, Memorial Day coming up soon towards the end of this month, I'm glad that we're able to get out and about. The weather right now is perfect.
Gorgeous.
And so usually when I do on location shoots, I like to talk about a particular topic too, also that I discuss on the show as well. So my topic that I am going to, first of all, would like for us to discuss is going to be, why is it that we cannot, and this is when you're in a relationship, why is it that we cannot accept the answer as of no? When someone tells us no, that it's something that they don't want to do, but we want to do it, we have a problem with it. So now I'm going to ask each one of you guys your opinion on why you cannot accept the answer as being no. Now, with women being aggressive or independent, sometimes it's harder for us to not be able to accept the answer no in terms of dating, a dating issue or a controversy that we may have with our significant other or the person that we're dating. So, do you feel that we can't accept the answer no? And I'm going to start with you. Is it because we're really independent and aggressive and we know what we want? What do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's what we're saying no to. I think the question is, what are we saying no to? So like, sometimes no means, oh no, not today, and then sometimes no means, no, I don't ever want to see you. So I think it just kind of leads to hurt feelings, and maybe a sense that like you're less than, and it can make egos, it can make egos, hurt.
Right,
And,
that's true.
And nobody likes to get their egos hurt.
Okay. So let me ask you what your opinion is. Why can't we accept the no, N-O, in our relationships? Is it because of, and you're a male, and it's great having a male on the show because a lot of times I have mostly females. So we get the opportunity to have you on as a male to get your opinion. Is it because men are sometimes alpha males and they want to be the aggressor, or is it basically men kind of go after what they want, and if they hear the answer no, they can't deal with it? What is your opinion about that?
I mean, yeah, my opinion is, as the male, you definitely have to be the aggressor. In terms of no, you have to get, it's hard to accept because no one likes to get rejected.
Right.
But I feel like as a man, when you're the aggressor, I mean, you see a female, you ask her, and she says no. I mean, yeah, it can hurt your ego because then you feel maybe you're not worthy, you're less than, or you don't meet like her criteria and all that.
Right.
So, I mean, it definitely has to do a lot with like just no one likes the rejection of feeling unworthy.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of what she said ties with it as well.
Okay, that's a good answer. So, a lot of times women, we're not trying to really hurt their egos. Right. We're not trying to really hurt a man's ego, just to let you know, being a man. But we have certain things that are going on a lot of times where either we're busy or it's the way the male person is handling us, and we're like, okay, well, we're not going to deal with that because you're not handling me right. But how do you feel about the fact of trying to either accept no coming from a man, you dealing with a man, and he's telling you no, and you're like, no, I don't want to go to that movie. I want to go to see this movie, or I don't want to go to that restaurant. It's not what I like. It's like in the wrong neighborhood. So, do you feel like it's because you're aggressive, or do you feel like there's other intentions involved?
Right. For me, I think that, I don't know that I get told no often. I say that humbly. No. I've worked in sales. I'm used to a no. I don't consider myself aggressive, but I am assertive about what I want. I believe in compromise. And most people that I've had communication with or dealt with are very open to suggestions, and we're good about compromising. So, but I think it's important to be able to accept a no. I love like true crime shows, and oftentimes what can happen is in a breakup someone isn't able to deal with a no, whether it's a man or a woman.
Right.
And it can really lead to dire consequences when someone doesn't know how. So I think it's important to, not necessarily take something deeply personal if someone is just not a good fit for you.
Right.
So that's what I think.
Right. Okay, so does it also deal with the fact that a male or a female, this particular woman or man, they pretty much have a mindset in terms of what they want. And so when you're either in a relationship or you're meeting someone for the first time, do you have preconceived notions about what you want out of that person? Whether you're dating them or meeting them for the first time. So I'm going to ask you, preconceived notions, do you feel like there's preconceived notions that you will have in terms of your mindset when you're dealing with a significant other or meeting someone for the first time?
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're first meeting somebody, I think you definitely have preconceived notions. You think they're hot, and you're like, oh yeah, and it's like this is gonna be great. Certain expectations in the bedroom, and things like that, and sometimes we can set ourselves up for failure when we set our expectations up too high.
True.
And so then we don't know if it's something we want or we don't want. Is it something that we thought we wanted, but now we don't want? And did we want it in the first place? Right. I mean, what do we really want?
Yeah. Okay. And let me get your opinion about preconceived notions and what you're looking at. Say, for instance, if you and I were going to date, you have this preconceived notion of me, and then you meet me for the first time, and it's totally something that you were not looking at or looking to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, I think
do men have preconceived notions?
I do. I mean,
they
we
do?
all do. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think a lot of times it's unrealistic expectations. You're setting like high standards, and then you expect them the perfect person, and obviously no one is perfect, so you're gonna be let down when you meet. Or I feel like if you're meeting someone online, I mean, they can have a profile online, but then when you meet them in person, it's not the same. Either they don't look like their picture, or they're just not the same person that you talk to on the phone. So I believe a lot of it goes with that as well.
Okay, so do you feel like that, like you were saying, that you're setting your sights up too high or expectations up too high, and so then when you actually are dealing with that person or meeting them for the first time, you feel like, okay, this is not what I expected, so you're letting yourself down? Do you feel like it's fair to do that, to set your sights or standards too high?
Well, I don't think I'm one to say, because I mean, everyone can set standards for what they want. There's nothing wrong with having like a preference and things of that nature. But at the same time, I think it's good to just be somewhat realistic, know that there's no perfect anyone. So you can't be disappointed if you don't meet all your requirements.
Okay. So how do you feel about that?
Having
Ursula.
preconceived notions.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think, as was mentioned, most people would have, when you meet somebody for the first time, you have expectations and at least hopes. Particularly if you really like the person or you're really attracted to them, you have hopes that, all you have is, as people often say, a representative. That's what you have to go on. You ask questions. You're really hoping it's what you desire it to be in different areas. That it's gainfully employed, and as you mentioned, it's great in bed. If that's what you want, or just whatever, like that they treat you well, that things are what you're looking for. So you can have expectations, and it's often spoken of. Sometimes when you set your expectations unrealistically, though, you end up disappointed, and so. I think it's important to recognize, you work on yourself and you are able to offer what you hope to receive from someone else. At least, if you want someone who works out and they're attractive and in shape, then you should probably do the same thing. If you want someone and you're running their credit and their background, well, make sure your background and your credit is together. People are doing that nowadays. I have an attorney friend who was like, if you need me to run a background, I'll do it for you. But I'm like, that's not the route. I prefer to go, but I get that that's important. And I just say, just kind of offer what it is that you want to receive, and then that way, the expectations are at least warranted.
Right. Right.
So that's what I think.
And we might have discussed this before, but do you feel like instead of setting high expectations for a particular person, and like you were saying, no one's perfect, do you feel like it might be better just to be flexible? And I'm going to start with you. Or to lower your standards a little bit.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Definitely. If a person, as long as they treat you good, I think, a lot of the other stuff is kind of secondary. For me, the main thing is somebody, doesn't mistreat me, treats me with respect, respects my boundaries, is, successful themselves, and supports me and my successes, then, maybe the little things like, maybe he's not the best kisser, or maybe he's not, the best dresser, but the other things, make up for that. You know what I mean? So things can be,
Balance.
Yeah.
A little bit of balance.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you feel like it might be better to be flexible and not set such high expectations for a man, coming from a man, pursuing a woman? Are you flexible? Or do you just want to keep it those standards? Oh, no, I'm not going to deal with this woman if she doesn't have a college degree, or if she's not driving Mercedes. So let me ask you that. Or do you feel like you can be flexible?
I think I can be flexible, but I think I would agree with a lot of what she said in terms of like meeting the expectations that you're setting. So you can't expect someone to be a millionaire and you're not a millionaire. So this kind of same levels is what I would agree with. So if you're gonna set a high expectation, at least meet it. You can't expect someone fit and then you don't go to the gym. So that kind of thing. So I would agree with what she said. I said I would agree with what she said about expectations.
Okay, but you are saying you are flexible.
For the most part, I would say yeah, for the most part.
Okay, because I thought you were saying, if you want to meet someone that is active, that likes working out at the gym.
Yeah.
But you end up meeting someone that is a homebody,
Thank you.
that doesn't like working out,
Okay.
that's a couch potato, then you can't be flexible with that. Are you saying you can't be flexible with that? Is that what you're saying?
No, I can be. I mean, I'm not gonna force them to go to the gym, that type of thing. But maybe every once in a while, if they're willing to compromise, go to the gym with me, that type of thing. So yeah, that I can be flexible in that sense.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the alpha male and or the alpha woman, do you feel that compromising in a relationship is an advantage or a disadvantage? And I'm going to start with you.
Okay, well, I used to be one of those non-compromising people back when I was younger, you know. And we all went through that stage, I'm sure. And, you know, I met somebody later on down the line again. And I decided to be compromising.
Okay.
And it worked out for a while. But then again, you know, it didn't.
It did.
But then it didn't.
Compromising
The truth came out.
I'm going to pass this around. Compromising did not work out.
The compromise did not work out.
Okay, what about you? Being an alpha male, especially with men, do you feel like you can compromise being an alpha male? Or do you feel like it's your way or no way?
I feel like men compromise a lot more in the relationship, honestly. I say that respectfully. I just feel like a lot of times the man will want to please his woman, so most times he'll let her have her way. But at the same time, I think every once in a while, as a man, you do have to be able to like draw the line and know like I don't want to do this, that type of stuff. So yeah, I mean you have to compromise, but just don't be too weak. Don't give in to everything she says. You have to put your foot down every once in a while.
Okay. Okay, well we're going to have to stop right now and we're going to continue this topic at a later date. But I do appreciate all of you actually coming out to be with me for this beautiful, actually Saturday, where we're enjoying the sights here in Houston, Texas. We want to thank our viewers for watching the Southern Divas of Houston with Terry Atwater being the host. And we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.